Now we turn to that big vote in Washington and jolting defeat for the president on the gun bill crafted in response to the Newtown shooting. Tonight, it has failed in the Senate, and the president spoke just this afternoon. ABC's chief White House correspondent Jonathan Karl is there now. John.
Diane, this was the single best chance to pass any part of the president's plan to combat gun violence, and it couldn't even get passed in the democratically controlled Senate. Surrounded by victims of gun violence, the president angrily denounced the Senate vote.
There were no coherent arguments as to why we wouldn't do this. It came down to politics. So all in all, this was a pretty shameful day for Washington.
The president was joined by Mark Barden, who lost his son Daniel in the Sandy Hook massacre.
We'll return home now, disappointed, but not defeated. We return home with the determination that change will happen. Maybe not today, but it will happen. It will happen soon.
The amendment is not agreed to.
With Vice President Biden presiding, the bill fell short of the 60 votes it needed to pass, prompting somebody in the galleries to shout out.
The order in the Senate.
The vote was a crushing disappointment to the victims of gun violence who had been pleading with senators to pass the bill. Many of them were here to watch as the vote went down. 12-year-old James Barden's 6-year-old brother Daniel was murdered at Sandy Hook.
I feel that we owe it to Daniel because his life needs to mean something, and no one else should have to do this.
This was just one part of the president's plan. It would have expanded background checks to all purchases at gun shows and online. They are now only required for guns bought at gun dealers. It means the rest of the president's gun plan is effectively dead, although Joe Biden told us the fight is not over.
It's time for the American people to make it clear how displeased they are with this vote, and let the representatives know that. And this is far from over.
I just finished talking to those Sandy Hook families. They are tired, they are emotionally drained, but they tell me that they are absolutely determined to continue this fight. But as far as this bill, Diane, this effort to expand background checks, it is all but dead for the rest of the year. There's virtually no chance that it will be revived.